Hey guys, welcome to another video. And in this video, I wanted to do a review for the song Weak by AJR. And so AJR has become one of my favorite alternative, I guess you could call them, alternative bands, just because I love the way that they're able to use different sounds and incorporate them into their instrumentals and into their music to sound super different. So I'd first heard of AJR, I want to say maybe back in 2017. One of my friends had played me one of their songs, and I thought it was super good, but I'd listened some a little bit at that point, but I had forgotten about them for the longest time. And I think it was when they came out with their last album. I think it was OK Orchestra or something. But I listened to that whole album and loved it from start to finish. And so I decided to go back and listen to Weak. And I had heard this song, but I decided to go back and kind of, listen to it again. And I think one of my favorite things with AJR is they embrace vulnerability in their music. They really just have, such a way of writing where you could listen to it and it's someone kind of saying like, I've made mistakes and I've done this wrong, done that wrong, but then it also gives you some sense of hope at the same time while kind of acknowledging your flaws as well, if that makes sense. And I also think with their production kind of reminds me of like Jon Bellion, I guess, to a certain extent, because I feel like he's another guy that can incorporate different sounds in his music and still make it sound really good. And so I love how, for the first part, that he says, or I guess they say, because it's a band, but, no thank you is what I should have said. I should be in bed, but temptations of trouble on my tongue, troubles yet to come. And so I feel like we've all been there where our friends have probably asked us to go out or to do stuff, and chances are we didn't have the energy or didn't feel like it, but we went anyway. And whether it was going out or doing something social, I think we've all kind of been in that situation. And so I think that's why that first part was super relatable. And then when they go on and they say, or he says, one sip, bad for me. One hit, bad for me. One kiss, bad for me. But I give in so easily. And no thank you is how it should have gone. I should stay strong. And so, yeah, I think here, he's just saying, doing these things, or maybe he's at a party and he's giving into the peer pressure and he's doing things that he knows are wrong, but he's doing them regardless. And yeah, I think it's one of those things where sometimes we make decisions and we know we shouldn't make that decision, but we just tell ourselves, oh, it'll just be this one time, I'll just go to this party this one time and that'll be it, I'll be done. But he embraces the human aspect of it that makes us make those decisions in the first place. And then when the chorus hits, he says, but I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? Boy, oh boy, I love it when I fall for that. I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? Boy, oh boy, I love you when I fall for that. I'm weak, but I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? And then, he kind of repeats the same thing. But I love that part when the chorus hits, the drop in the production that happens is super cool. And yeah, so I think this part, it makes it feel like, someone understands, because I feel like we've all had these situations, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be necessarily your friends convincing you to go to a party or drink or party or whatever. Sometimes it can just be, just procrastination, or, you're just talking yourself out of being productive and you're just trying to find some way to justify it. I think that's why it's a super relatable song, because you can listen to it and go, okay, I gave into, production or whatever, or not production, I gave into procrastination, but that's completely normal. Things like that are going to happen. And I think it's important to acknowledge that we're all still human and we all still have temptations or desires or whatever. And so procrastination is natural to happen from time to time. But I just think it's cool that there's a song out there that makes you feel like you're not the only one that's dealing with these things. I think at the same time, this song and it still makes you feel like because someone else can relate to it, it makes you feel like in the end things will still work out and things will still be okay. And so yeah, you guys, I think because of that, it's a really good song, and I'm super excited to go back and listen to more AJR and do more reviews of their music. And you guys should let me know what you guys think about the song as well. Let me know if you guys agree with me that it's nice to have a band that has their style of production. And yeah, you guys, so that pretty much sums it up for the review of Weak by AJR. And if you guys liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also tap on the notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video, because it helps my channel out a ton. And like always, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.